You know what else makes
You know
me
what
upset?
else is fucking Brett Favre, dude? What the
Dude,
fuck, buddy?
this is messed up. I don't even know if Brett Favre had anything to do with this, but whenever I
Yeah,
tell
well,
people that charities are bullshit, this is what I'm talking about.
well,
So
this isn't even charity. This is even worse than charity. This
welfare
is
money.
Yeah, this is the TANF fund in Mississippi, essentially
TANF.
getting raided, which is like, yeah, what Dylan said, the welfare fund of Mississippi. So taxpayer money that just gets raided, where these fucking politicians are just doling it out to like their nephews, their like people that we used to go to college in Mississippi, that like NFL quarterbacks and ex WWE fucking people. Like, what? And then they're turning people down for welfare. Like, it has like the lowest enrollment of welfare of any state, which is insane. They're telling them they don't have the funds for it. Meanwhile, they're giving out like $1.1 million to Brett Favre for speeches that he never gave. You know, $400,000 to this governor's nephew for teaching a coding class, even though he doesn't know how to code and doesn't know how to teach. So he got $400,000 for
say
nothing.
that again. The governor's nephew got a contract to teach coding.
No. Actually, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. It wasn't the governor's nephew. It was the person who was in charge of the fund. I forget his name. It's somewhere in here.
And the TANF welfare fund is a Mississippi welfare fund where like. So let's just recap that. So
yeah, let's go through it. Sorry, I'm like getting ahead of myself. My bad. Because
this is crazy. So the state of Mississippi paid Brett Favre $1.1 million in 2017 and 2018 to make motivational speeches out of federal welfare funds intended for needy families from the TANF fund. The Mississippi State Auditor said Favre never gave the speeches and demanded the money back with interest. Favre paid the money back, but not the interest. Favre hasn't been accused of a crime. Holmes acknowledged the FBI questioned Favre in the case, wasn't reported. Phil Bryant, a Republican, after he issued a subpoena seeking more information about the rolls. What happened there? Oh, he was fired. The state welfare agency fired Phil Bryant, a Republican.
He was the lawyer. Yeah, he was a lawyer that was hired to basically get back some of the money from this fraud, essentially.
And Shad White, he was former Republican, uncovered the fraud.
Right. So Republican Tate Reeves, who's the governor of Mississippi right now, he fired this lawyer saying, well, look, this guy has a political agenda. You know, he's an he used to work for the Clinton administration, right? He's a Clinton appointed former U.S. attorney. So Tate's like, this guy has a political agenda. That's why he's looking into these Republican members of legislature and the ex-Republican governor, trying to pin this shit on them, right? That's basically what Tate was saying. But this whole thing about the misspending and fraud was started by a Republican, an auditor, who is Shad White. He's the one who actually uncovered the misspending and the fraud. So now you have this fired lawyer, Piggott, who's now going to the media with all this stuff. And
what you were saying earlier, well, let's go over these numbers, man. So the speeches aren't the only welfare grants tied to Favre. Piggott, that guy, showed that Favre looked for $3.2 million in grants for a drug company in which he was a shareholder, and a $5 million award that built a volleyball arena at the University of Southern Mississippi where his daughter played the sport and where he played football. So all of this welfare money for needy people is going to Favre and his daughter's fucking football team.
Yeah, this is $3.2 million taken from the TANF fund.
And that's not even all of it.
For a drug company, and then $5 million to build this volleyball arena. So these funds were just like pulled from where they weren't, like taxpayer money that's pulled from where they're not supposed to be spent.
Yeah,
dude, and how infuriating is this shit, bro? And like this is where your money is going.
Yeah, dude.
Whenever you look at your paycheck and you see all these fucking taxes taken out.
And that guy exactly, dude. And that guy Austin Smith, the auditor, Davis directed one contract to Austin Smith, his nephew.
That's different, but still.
Either way, this kid was paid. The auditor said Davis directed one contract to Austin Smith, his nephew. So Davis's nephew who was paid more than $400,000 to provide coding skills classes, even though prosecutors alleged he had no such skills and did not know how to teach. Even if he did, he got $400,000, dude. Membership has its benefits. And
so
at least,
so describe who Davis was. Davis was the welfare agency director. So he is the one who is in charge of the TANF.
the director of the fucking welfare agency gave your tax money to his fucking nephew to teach coding skills, and he doesn't know how to code. So while you didn't get any help during the pandemic or for college or fucking enough food stamps to raise your kids, don't worry, because Brett Favre's daughter got a nice new volleyball gym so she could go right on to the fucking big leagues and bypass working at Waffle House 50 hours a week. Don't worry, guys. The government's got it under control. They're passionate about their jobs, Jesse. Okay? Mm-hmm. At least $3 million went to Ted DiBiase, a retired professional wrestler. Marcus Dupree, a former college football star, received $370,000 in welfare funds. College football star, hey, remember me? 2017 championship. I scored the running game point or whatever the fuck. Can I get some money? Paul Lacoste, the current governor's athletic trainer, was paid $300,000.
The current governor's athletic trainer.
For a fitness boot camp for the legislators. He gave a fitness boot camp to the fucking legislators.
It costs $300,000 to put together a fitness boot camp.
They better be in shape.
Fat fucking senators.
That's all I'm saying. And this is Mississippi's welfare program. This is where the money went. Now let's get into this. This year, 2,500 children received benefits, officials said, in a state with 192,000 poor children.
Read their statement before that. According
Mississippi
to
rejects
figures,
more than 90%. They reject more than 90%.
They reject more than 90% that apply for welfare known as temporary assistance for needy families. That's the fund, the TANF fund.
Now we're getting into the juicy part. Tamara Edwards raised 4 children on her own while working a series of low-wage jobs. She was denied TANF money in 2009, even though she said her income was low enough. Quote, they told me they didn't have the funds, she said.
Because it was going to this volleyball arena and this motherfucker who's supposed to be teaching coding.
His fucking nephew. You know what I'm saying?
This lady can barely raise her family.
Rich people, man. And I love rich people because my clients are rich people, but like their son pulled into the neighborhood yesterday and I recognized him. I waved. I don't think he saw me. Dude, this is a fucking mansion, this place. And their kids are just rich kids. And he pulls into the neighborhood in a purple, brand new, fucking nice ass Porsche. And he's like 22. And he pulls in and his bumper just scrapes the bottom and he doesn't even flinch. Like there wasn't like nothing. He was just like, that's just fucking my fucking bumper, just like in a fucking purple ass Porsche. So these, you know, I'm not saying him, but like these are the types of kids that are getting millions of dollars launched into the stratosphere of success, and people aren't even getting their welfare. And I'm the fucking crazy guy because I tell my friends, don't trust the goddamn government. The money's not going where you think. And they're like, oh, my family was a Trump supporter too. I know how you think. Fuck off, cocksucker. These motherfuckers are taking your money. Round up your transaction to go to Red Cross to help needy kids. Suck my fucking dick, bitch, and go actually help people, you fucking cocksucker. Like, this is insane, dude.
This really isn't. This was an infuriating article.
It's really insane.
Was. I mean, I didn't know this was going on. Why is this not a bigger story? In the new, you know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Dude. According to Oleta Fitzgerald, TANF has been a slush fund for a long time. Mississippi is the poorest doggone state in the country. Where's the money and what are they doing with it? There's nobody on welfare. Welfare participation rates are way down, and no one knows where that money is being spent. And DHS, the State Department of Human Services, will tell you that the reason they cannot go about allocating the TANF funds is because they can't find any families who are eligible. Go outside and throw a rock. It's Mississippi. You can find an eligible family.
How fucking insane is that statement whenever you, like, everyone in the entire United States knows that Mississippi's at the fucking absolute bottom when it comes to, like, or no, I guess the top when it comes to poverty. Like, it's the poorest state in the union. Or isn't it? Like, am I wrong about that?
It is. It's the
I always hear about that. It's the poorest state in the union. right? Has the worst education rates, like the worst everything. Bottom of, I guess when you look at the percentage of people who have jobs, like the worst in the country.
That's why the girls are
they're
the
like,
hottest.
oh, we can't find any who's welfare here. 90%, we got to deny 90%. They have too much money. So we got to give this $400,000 to my nephew that is teaching this coding class, this imaginary coding class. Get the fuck out of here.
Meanwhile, that kid's pulling into his neighborhood, scraping his Porsche bumper on the ground and not even caring. And you're at home fuck, I don't want to go to work again tomorrow.
Use that $400,000 to put a down payment on that new purple Porsche.
Oh my God.
He spent it all in one lick, probably.
He spent it all on just the purple.
Yeah, just to get it custom made.
Fuck, dude.
With a fucking douchebag license plate. Anyway.